Hey guys, Princess India here. I'm taking a little break from the final formatting of the Woke book, which will be available for pre-order in a couple of days. So if you are on the list, be looking out for an email for that. But I decided to take a break because I got a lot of gifts in the mail, and I was waiting until the last one came before I opened them. So I'm going to, after I do this reading, I'm gonna open all of the gifts, and then I want to give shout outs to everyone that donated to the channel and what's not for whatever. But I figured since I was here, I was like, why not do a reading? You know what I'm saying? So and then I got a whole bunch of stuff rolling out, y'all. I'm doing my little member thing with YouTube and stuff like that. So y'all just keep an eye out for all of that. But for the time being now, I'm going to pull some cards for the collective. And I don't really know what y'all need to know. So I'm just kind of going with the flow. So whatever is of utmost importance or any message that anybody needs, I'm going to go ahead and throw some cards out to give you guys some clarity. So let's see what we got goings on. I would assume today is Wednesday. That's Wellness Wednesday for me. I don't work. Technically, I'm working right now. And technically, working on the book is working too. But I don't work on Wednesdays. It's Wellness Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Self-care day. So whatever you guys need to know, and I'll include this from Wednesday up until the weekend. But I've heard through the grapevine there's been some, kind of funky energies going on. So my intention is just whatever everyone needs to know that comes out in this reading. Am I going to have to pick a card? What are we doing? I'm going to pick one. Or not. I like my cards to fall out. It's just, it's a thing. I don't like my cards to fall like they just did. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay. So anyway, let's see. First card out we have is Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way. Then we have Balance, Spirituality, and Practicality. Gotta love that. Then we have Work Through Your Fears. Then we have A New Romantic Cycle Begins. How appropriate, because I'm about to put out some love readings too. Your commitment is being tested. Oh, snap. I like where this is going. So here is the deal, people. What I'm seeing with this, don't let pride get in your way. That's actually one of the pages I was formatting in the Woke book that talked about this. And I think it was the year, don't make me lie, Spirit. I think it was 2016. No, I'm lying. I think it was 2015, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, the themes that I saw that year, it was more or less a lesson of pride, but how pride can insidiously manifest as different things that we wouldn't typically think were pride in so many words. So the easiest way I could explain that is like, say hypothetically, and I'm getting a perfect example. So years ago, it's like I worked for like the state of Louisiana, right? And it's like, when you work in an office and the culture of the office, like you have like little competitions and stuff like that. Well, I'm specifically thinking about a time we had like a weight loss competition. And there was like one of the girls in the office who was like, really, really amped about it and, getting everyone to start eating healthier. And we're like competing with each other with like steps and stuff like that. So on our lunch breaks, we're like walking around the building. So it was like this whole competitive atmosphere. But if I were to isolate the particular girl who was like really amped and motivating everyone, I would put like you guys in that position. So it's more or less like if you were a person where you entered 2020 like super excited and it's like, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to go to the gym and it's like, you guys got to be positive. You got to change the way you're thinking. Da, da, da. And, so you're feeling like that. You're motivating everyone around you, but poof, you get hit like with some energy, right? And all of a sudden now you're feeling some type of way. or you're like doubting yourself or feeling sad, or, you know, it's just different energies that are kind of coming up. So you're not feeling as motivated as you were, but it's almost like being entrapped because you projected this image, and not saying that that's bad, but it's like you projected this image of like motivating people, being positive, saying not to succumb to negative thoughts. But at the same time, you inadvertently became that person because all of these energies kind of hit you and these emotions are coming up that you didn't expect. You know what I mean? So I say all of that to say, with not letting pride get in your way, you would want to see this in a sense of like, if you're feeling overwhelmed or you feel like you need someone to talk to, it's like, don't let the fact that, you know, you may have came into this year one specific way stop you from reaching out for help. And I'm not necessarily feeling that it's something like, because, you know, I always tell y'all, if y'all are going through something serious, to go see a therapist. If it is that serious, by all means do that. But I don't necessarily feel it's that serious. It feels more like an ego struggle. It's like, I need help, but I was the person motivating everyone. You know what I mean? So it's like, now I feel like I have to kind of suffer in silence. And that's exactly what this is saying not to do. Another thing that I'm getting with this is when it comes to like friendships or like romantic relationships, it's like, if you know that you were wrong or you know that you need to apologize to somebody, don't let your pride get in the way of you, you know, telling this person that you're sorry or speaking your piece or what have you in that sense. Now, when we talk about balancing spirituality and practicality, that's literally the stance that we're coming into this year. Like, I would say the posture of 2020 is the balance between practicality and spirituality. And that's like, for those of you who were in the live where I was talking about the woke book, I was saying like last year, 2019 was very much of a spiritual year. It was like integrating that divine feminine energy within us. And I was saying that this year, although it's a year that's very much laced with divine masculine energies, and I don't mean this gender-wise, I mean this like with energies, you know, it's not forgetting the divine feminine, but it's more or less birthing the divine feminine, proverbially speaking, through the male form, divine masculine form, meaning matter, form, 3D type of thing. So it's taking ideas that you've gotten spiritually, revelations, downloads, whatever, and using strategy and logic to manifest these ideas or inspirations that you've received from spirit. So it's more or less finding the middle ground between the two. And I feel another thing of how I'm seeing these two cards kind of correlate is in the sense that it's too much masculine energy. And again, I don't mean gender. I mean, it's too much action-oriented, external manifestation, like, you know, solving problems and things of the sort, and not taking into account the divine feminine energy, which would be like your spirituality, emotions, and things of the sort. And most of you guys know that when I refer to spirituality and practicality, the term that I use for it, that I use to refer to myself and all of us really, is an intuitive intellectual. It's taking into account intellectualism as far as spirituality as well, and understanding that both of them are extremely important, and it's like more or less using both of them to help each other out. Now, when we're talking about working through your fears, ooh, wow, I did say romance. When we're looking at working through your fears, I really do feel like you guys are in a test right now. I'm not going to lie to you. And I've said this to my people on Patreon, and I've said it in a couple of lives as well. This is more or less like the is not is paradigm that I always talk about. It's like any resistance or darkness or sadness or things going awry, chaos, whatever that you guys are experiencing right now. The thing is there's a need to ascend to a higher mindset and perspective, and to realize that the resistance or the void or the lack thereof or the challenges that you guys are facing at this present time, that's actually a testament that what you asked for or that which you were attempting to manifest is coming to pass, because the is not has to manifest before the is, because everything in life works through a process, right? So that's how spirit leads things to us. But these things often manifest as what seems to be a test, but this is more or less giving you the anecdote to the challenge. It's not letting your ego get in the way. So don't be concerned about what you look like or what other people think, because who really gives a shit? Because it really doesn't matter, because they ain't you. They ain't got to live your life. You know what I'm saying? Do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Staying balanced between receiving or being open to be receptive to the spiritual realm, so you can get your intuitive hits, so you can get your guidance from spirit and then take action on that. That's the, union of masculine and feminine, right? When we're talking about working through your fears, we're talking about stepping outside of your comfort zone. So it's more or less, when we talked about self-sabotage last year, one of the main ways that self-sabotage insidiously gets us is that when fears rise up, our first thought is like, this is going to, turn out bad. This is a danger to me. I shouldn't do this. And we backstep, right? So the key is to more or less trust. That's the spiritual element, and have faith in what it is that you called in the first place, to take practical action steps towards what it is that you were doing, to not let pride or fear get in the way. Because I feel this more or less as a fear of failure, or that things won't work out, or being concerned about external forces, and to kind of push through. Because with your commitment being tested, it's really more or less a proverbial test of, how bad do you want this, right? It's like in 2019, you had all of these goals, you had all of these aspirations, you had all of these things you said that you wanted to do. But now when you're in the face of what is not to your actual is, what are you going to do? Are you going to cower away in fear and give up and say like, F it, I knew this wasn't going to happen, and feel sorry for yourself? Or are you going to press forward and trust even though you don't see it right now because you want it that bad? So this is more or less a sense of me seeing like grit being, pushed out of you. And that's the thing I say, where this balance of spirituality and practicality is so important, because those are the things that keep people going. Those are the things that drive you forward. It's like when you know that you know that you know something, like if spirit's giving you a vision for something, and I often relate that to purpose. It's like, regardless of where you are in life, if you have a vision in your heart of who it is you know you're supposed to be, or where it is that you belong, or where it is that you're supposed to go, you literally don't give a shit what's going on around you, what your present circumstance is. It's like, I know this so well in my heart, right, that I can almost taste it. I can feel it as if it's real, and I'm going to fight every day towards that. You know what I mean? And with the new romantic cycle beginning in your life, I think a lot of what a lot of what I said can be related to romantic relationships as well. And I don't know why. It's like I'm kind of feeling this on both sides. This more or less would be an anecdote as well for how it is that you would want to approach relationships. I don't know why I feel like I'm talking to a dude. I don't know. It feels like it. But I mean, this can refer to a chick too. I don't know. It's somebody. Okay, this is a very specific message, dude. And I mean, I feel dude energy, but I mean, it could be for a chick too. I'm just saying, we're humans. We be doing stuff. A very specific message I'm getting for this, if this was like romantic, this is so messed up. This would be somebody who you're feeling kind of like you're doubting yourself or something. And it's like there's somebody around you, I don't know, like in your office or something like that. And it's like you're in a relationship, but you're considering cheating because it's like you feel some type of way about yourself right now. And it's like this person may be giving you attention that you're not really getting in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's the thought of kind of, fraternizing in a way you shouldn't be fraternizing. You know what I'm saying? That's a very specific message. But what this is calling you to do is to not fall into old behaviors. It's more or less to stand in who it is that you've decided to be, and to align with that. And specifically with your relationship, I feel things would be, because this would be someone who's actually in a partnership, like y'all really together. But it's like y'all are just in a rough patch right now. But it's more or less the changes that you elected to make this year. Right? It's more or less that you want to stand firm on that and not fall back into bad behaviors of the past that aren't really conducive to your progress. You know what I mean? Because this would be like a test of your loyalty to this person. And it's more or less, if you pass the test or stand firmly in your truth, it's like things will be renewed within the partnership. So it's like an equilibrium is found. Because I more or less feel, and not blaming the person for the issues, it's just more or less like one's personal fears or personal hangups and issues affected this particular relationship a lot. But that's not for everybody. That's just one specific message that I'm seeing here. But overall, I feel that this is just like, that last little leg of the journey. But the whole thing is to trust in yourself, trust in what it is that you came into this year intending to manifest, and know that any resistance, chaos, calamity, void, whatever it is that you're experiencing now is actually a testament that what you called in is actually coming. It's just that the is not has to manifest before the is. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, that is our reading. First, now I'm going to get into my gifts and my shout outs. So first, I want to give a shout out to everyone who donated to the channel. And you guys aren't in any particular order. It's just how I see them. I'm going to mess up your last name, Paul. Kizel? It's Paul. He's from Australia. G'day, mate. I'm getting better. Okay, you know who I'm talking about, dagnabbit. I'm really bad with names, y'all. Next person is Amy Call, and the next person is Holly Marshall. So thank you guys so much for your donations. I sincerely appreciate it. All of these monies go back into the channel and helping us grow and, make the Woke clan. I think I just said Wook. And this is one of my first packages. It's from the source. I'm going to mess this name up too. Not only do I butcher people's real names, I butcher business names too. So please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. The source house of, I almost opened these last night, but I had one more I had to wait for. The source house of Iazon. I think I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. The thing that I love so much about this is look at the freaking box. Look at how pretty the box is. Wait. That is so dope. And I'm seeing Papa Legball up on here. That is so gangster. I love this. It's so beautiful. So in this package, they have a, it's like one of those, like, you know how you can pay like to get like a member box and they send you dope stuff every month? I really hope I'm saying it right. The Source House of Iazon by Mimi. It's a smudge kit bundle. Y'all know I'm about that smudge life, and they got a little crystal wand up in this piece. I'm about it. And then we have crystals, tons of crystals. I love crystals. Oh my gosh. And then they have citrine. Oh, I like this. Increases your personal power and self-confidence. Oh my gosh. Enhancing this energy center can help dissolve blocks and stagnation, resulting in higher energy levels and boosted overall circulation. That is so gangster. I love this. That's so beautiful. And then there's a bunch of other crystals in here too that have the meanings to them. So thank you for this. I was not expecting this, guys. How gangster is that? It's a bunch of crystals that are in here. I love crystals. I got a gift earlier this month. I don't know if I showed it to y'all. I almost cut myself on it during Leo's reading. But this is it. And I think this is like, I forgot the name of it. Aqua something. But I call this my SZA crystal because this came from the singer SZA. This came from her personal collection. So this is very important to me. And then it's in the shape of a triangle, and y'all know how I feel about triangles. But there's a bunch of crystals in here, and then there are gratitude statements, and then there's also there's directions on how to cleanse and charge your crystals. So that's extra helpful. But this came from the Source House of Iazon. I'm probably saying it so wrong. I sincerely apologize if I am. So y'all check them out, and thank you for these crystals. I am going to cleanse and charge these and add them to the rest of the family. I'm even going to lay them next to the SZA crystal. You know what I'm saying? Because I like gifts. Now, my next gift comes from, good Lord. I call him my resident astrologer. It's from my boy Charlie. He's one of my patrons over on Patreon. Come on, dang it. I just love y'all for this. I love gifts. And he told me about this before it came, but I'm still just as excited. And y'all are probably going to laugh at what it is. It's, it's a box of Cheez-Its. It's a ton of Cheez-Its. Everyone who knows me knows like how real it gets with me with white cheddar Cheez-Its. It's to the point that the Walgreens by my office, the people there literally know me because I always go in there to get Cheez-Its, and I keep like a box everywhere. There's like a box in my car, there's a box in my office, and then I keep a box at home. And luckily my kid doesn't like them, so they're all mine. You know what I'm saying? This is an addiction, and Charlie, thank you. This is the greatest gift I could have ever received, and I'm probably going to gain 10 pounds of, pre-processed and sodium sugar Cheez-Its, but it's okay because it's worth it. So I'm throwing this little piece in here because, after I turned off the video and I was picking up the boxes, like I noticed that there was a note in Charlie's box of Cheez-Its. So I wanted to throw this in here. So I'm going to like edit this in there, and just, it's probably going to be really weird. It's just going to stop, and maybe I should have did something really funny in the beginning. Okay, anyway, so Charlie's note says, I wasn't joking when I said in chat I was going to send you a whole case of Cheez-Its in celebration of you completing 11 plus hours of streaming the accidental woke-a-thon, Charlie, for the 99 and the 2000. So I had to throw that in there because I forgot your note. So I guess now we're going to chop back into the rest of the video. Like, kacha. I just gave like Cheez-Its like buku promo time just now. Give me a brand deal, Cheez-Its. I'm getting people addicted to this healthy snack. And my last gift comes from my Mel Bell, Melanie O'Neill. Oh, man. Okay, how do I open this without messing it up? And I am so sorry if y'all are hearing all of this racket with this microphone. I am so thankful. I had so many issues with my P.O. box, y'all. And Mel, this actually, like, they've been having it. And they had it in a whole nother place. Like, it was like not with everything else, which is the strangest thing. But I had a nice little talking with the post office, and they said that it won't happen again because I literally don't know. Mel sent me this a while ago, and they ended up sending it back. So if there's anyone else who has sent me things and they got sent back, my apologies. I didn't send it back. The post office did. It was a whole ordeal. I am horrible with scissors, clearly. I'm terrified right now. I'm hoping I don't break anything. Oh, Isha Pisho. Oh my God. I haven't even looked at it fully and I love it. Oh my God, Mel. I love it. Okay. Y'all have to know how I feel. I mean, I think if y'all been following me long enough, y'all know. And is this a card? Aw. Dude, okay. How I feel about sacred geometry and sacred geometrical patterns. Okay, people. All right. I think anyone who knows me knows this. Like, dude, this is beautiful. Oh my God. Mel, thank you for real. Like, hence, the entire woke book is like all based on, I call it metaphysical mathematics. But I love this. I absolutely love this. Thank you so much. She painted this, y'all. She painted this. This is killing my little little beignet that I did. And I'm going to see what her card says. Aw, thank you so much, Mel. I feel so loved. Y'all make me feel so loved. The good in you is stronger than any bad day. Aw, aw. dag nabbit son of a gun. Oh, geez. I hope that this is not, oh, I don't want to, oh, this is so sweet. I'm going to read y'all just the first part. I'm not going to put all your business out there, girl. But it says, Princess, you are amazing. Your spirit and love are a beacon to so many. Sometimes all we need is someone to care. This is not the painting I sent before, not even close. But I was literally shown this to do for you. I pray it brings you much health and abundance and love in 2020. Oh, love Mel Bell. Oh, I love you. You're so amazing. Thank you so much. Dude, when I tell you, like, I even say the same thing with my graphic designer. Like, I know when spirit like shows someone something for me because I'm so weird, y'all. And it's like the same thing happened to my graphic designer. Like we were talking about just different things that she's working on, and she literally like texts one word, and like I was like, oh, and she's like, I don't know what that is, but spirit just told me to say that because she's an intuitive designer. And I was like, okay, yeah, spirit legit told you. I was like, no one else would know to say that to me. And so the same with Mel, man. Like, I'm literally obsessed with sacred geometry. Like, oh my goodness. And these are, for those of you guys who don't know, it's like, these are more or less, I have a deck of cards like that with sacred geometry. And these are like programming codes. So it's more or less like, you know, at our core, we understand mathematics. We understand like divine design in a sense. So we can look at something like this and it more or less plants a seed in our soul, like in our subconscious that starts to take root. So study into that if you haven't. But that's it, guys. I'm getting back to finishing this woke book to get it out there to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you to everyone that gave me gifts and donated. Y'all are freaking amazing. And I will be back soon with you guys love readings. And keep an eye out for, you know, my new little join button that I'm getting, you know, feel like a cool kid, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love your freaking face and I will see you guys soon and later. Deuces.